Back to another video. Today we are in the Open Ultra League, and let's see if we can get some wins with this kind of a budget team. We're going to be trying out the Shadow Nidoqueen paired with the Pangoro as the main core, and then we're going to have the Shadow Feraligatr as the generalist. So we got the Nidoqueen versus the Tentacruel here. We are going to be staying in for now. We're going to show the first one ends up being the Scald. Either way, we needed to try to get this Tentacruel low enough for a potential farm down with something. We're going to try to catch a move here because they are going to be able to reach this next Scald pretty soon. We do catch the Scald, and we also see another Pangoro, so interesting. We are going to tank the first Night Slash. So because we are able to get to this Hydro Cannon here, it will get some good damage or potentially getting a shield. We are able to get to another Hydro, so this is really good. This is going to grab that shield that we needed. We try to get the Poison Fang to go off, but they are going to be able to win the CAP time. This is going to take out the Pangoro, and anticipating something in the back. Okay, ends up being the Malamar. Malamar here is going to potentially throw a superpower. Okay, we are tanking it. And then we are going to go for this Night Slash to take out this Tentacruel. They come back in here with the Malamar. We get a little bit of a boost. So we're going to throw this Night Slasher. It does get this shield, so that's really good news for us. And now it just comes down to, can we take it out with the Earth Power? Moment of truth, we are going to be able to get to it. Is it enough for the KO? No, but the ensuing Poison Jab does take us out both. So simultaneous KO right there. We'll take that. It ended up being a very, very close game. So GG's to our opponent. All right, we got the Shadow Nidoqueen versus the Goodra here. This Goodra is going to have to get through this Nidoqueen. We're going to fire off the Poison Fang first to go ahead and do some debuffs. They are going to be able to reach a move here, so this is where it gets tricky. We can shield or let this go. We're going to shield here. We do shield a Draco Meteor, and that is really good news for us. Able to get the farm down. We see the Feraligatr come in, so we're going to go into our Pangoro. We know we can tank a move, so this is where the Pangoro comes in clutch. We see, what is that, Typhlosion? Typhlosion comes back in. We're going to fire off the Night Slash. We are going to be able to reach another move here, potentially getting a shield. Let's see what our opponent does. They decided to tank the move, and because they are one move away, we're going to go into the Nidoqueen, snipe their energy, and then we're going to have a ton of energy to throw back at this Feraligatr. One Poison Fang gets used. We get another Poison Fang and gets that shield, and now we're going to get to another Poison Fang, and because it's double debuff, this will take out the Feraligatr. So boom, down goes the Feraligatr. GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with a Nidoqueen that had so much energy to just Poison Fang and down. All right, next game. So far, the core of the Nidoqueen and the Pangoro is just able to deal with these Feraligatrs a little bit better. Okay, we got the Regice here. We're going to switch out into the Feraligatr to see what they have lurking in the back. We're going to shield the first one here because they are only running big charge moves anyways. We're going to fire off this Hydro Cannon here after building up to 2. Our opponent does allow it to let go, but we know that we can get to another one really quickly. This is going to get the shield or it's going to get the KO. They decide to shield it, and they really want this next Thunder to go up. So we're just going to let it go. We are able to survive it. Nice catch by our opponent. Ends up catching it onto our Guzzlord. Guzzlord here is going to resist that easily. We're going to go into our Nidoqueen here and fire off this Poison Fang because we want this either debuff or a potential farm down. They are going to throw a move. Let's see what moveset they're running. Crunch does get revealed, and we get debuff, so that's a little bit unfortunate. We would have been able to farm that down if we didn't get that debuff, but we both simultaneous faint. We're going to come back in here with the Pangoro because we know that we potentially have a good matchup. We're going to shield here, ends up being the Thunder, and we are going to have to face, what is that, a Steelix in the back. So Steelix here is going to be interesting to deal with because it potentially could, okay, I don't think it has enough energy at this point. I was going to say it potentially could have Earthquake, but I believe they only built up to either Psychic Fang or Crunch, which we resist. And now that we are able to get them shieldless, we are going to go for the close combat. And now because Reggie Ice doesn't really deal a lot of fast move pressure, we are able to farm down with the win. So GG's to our opponent. Pangoro closing the game for us, breaking up the Reggie Ice and the Steelix. Okay, next we have the Shadow Nidoqueen versus the Miltank. Okay, interesting. They're not going to really be dealing a lot of fast move pressure. However, their charge moves might be another issue. It potentially knows Ice Beam, so we're going to shield the first one here. We're going to fire off this Earth Power, trying to get some good neutral damage. Ooh, they do shield it. Interesting. So they don't want to see this Nidoqueen, it seems like. We are going to switch out into the Feraligatr. We catch a Ice Beam, which is really good news. And then we're going to fire off a Hydro Cannon here. Hydro Cannon will get this into the low red. However, they are going to be able to reach a move, so we're going to allow it to go through. Thunderbolt. Okay, Miltank Thunderbolt is interesting. So we know that we're going to have to come back in here with the Nidoqueen. Alright, and we see a Venusaur. So Venusaur is going to have to get to a move. We're going to fire off another Poison Fang. Ooh, they threw it on timing. We're going to have to let this go. We do survive it, thankfully. And at this point, we need to potentially farm down. We've got the double debuff. Can we get the farm down? No, they were going to get to another move. So we needed to fire off this move to take it out without taking that energy. But it doesn't matter because they have the Toxicroak in the back. Toxicroak is going to be able to just wall this Pangoro. Unfortunately for us, it was running Dynamic Punch as well. So they were really going to be able to dominate that backline. That was a tough team to deal with considering the switching. I guess we had to try to predict a Thunderbolt Miltank, but nice team by our opponent. Ended up being close still. We had this Pangoro close to another move, but the Toxicroak was just too it was too much to deal with at the end right there. Alright, next we have the Shadow Nidoqueen versus, let's see. At this point, I believe the Pangoro has some play in the Ultra League, but obviously we need it in favorable matchups. And even sometimes unfavorable matchups that we don't run into, like fairy types and stuff like that. Alright, so we got the Cobalion here to deal with. We are going to allow them to switch into their Mandibuzz. The Mandibuzz here is kind of a core breaker for the backline, so we're going to stay in for now, wait for them to use some energy. Then we switch out into their Feraligatr. We know that they're debuffed, so they are in range of Ice Beam. We're going to tank the first Dark Pulse. We're going to farm up as much energy as possible, throw this Ice Beam on good timing. This is going to get the shield, or it's going to get the KO. There it goes. So down goes the Mandibuzz. We take care of the Mandibuzz, and now we're going to see the Cobalion come back in. So the Cobalion here is going to fire off a Sacred Sword. We are able to survive it, luckily, and we are going to be able to fire off this Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon does get the shield, and we know that we can come back in here with the Nidoqueen resisting all the moves. So this is going to be a potential switch out if they don't allow us to get to the move. We are going to be able to get to this Earth Power. It does go through, and now they're in trouble because we have 2 shields, 2 Pokemon. They have a Golurk here. This Golurk is shiny, so we love to see shinies. A little bit of a distraction right there, but it's not going to distract us from getting to these Nice Lashes with our Pangoro. One Nice Lash goes through, does some significant damage, and they realize their face. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already and let us know. Enjoy the video.